Welcome to Continuously Inspired. It's Dervion Shakur, and today we got a special guest. The reason why this individual is special to me is because I met this cat back in high school. This was an individual that, to be quite honest with you, inspired me growing up, especially when it was come to trying to figure out who I was and just trying to find myself overall. This cat took me under his wings and really showed me how to move, how to maneuver, whether that was on some self-growth shit or just how to deal with women. He was there for me. And then from there, he transitioned to New York, spent some time out there, came out here, got it cracking with music. And now he just on this incline, and he has a very promising future. So with no further ado, I want to go ahead and introduce y'all to my homeboy RayB. How you feeling?
What's the deal?
Can't
How you doing, bro?
Can't complain. How about yourself? Most definitely.
Hey, appreciate you, bro,
of
for
course.
doing this real shit.
Of course. It's been a long time coming, bro. I know that we've been talking about this for a while.
Yeah.
We tried to do it before.
For real.
But of course, we wasn't able to do it at the time. So
hell yeah.
Today we just said, fuck it, let's go ahead and do it. Let's get it started.
Yes, sir.
Bro, one of the craziest shit, to be quite honest with you, I figured out just a few years ago.
What's the deal?
Is that you Puerto Rican, half Puerto Rican.
Hell yeah. Boricua.
Boricua.
Yeah.
I also seen a while back that you spent time in Puerto Rico.
I did. It was my first time going to Puerto Rico. Yeah, so my dad Puerto Rican. He's from New York. And my grandfather and my grandmother, they from Puerto Rico. And I think in 2018 is my first time going to Puerto Rico.
How was that?
It was dope. Bro, you gotta go. Like, it's an island, it's tropical, beautiful women, you know what I mean? Just the weather, everything, the food, of course, you know what I mean? So, it was dope. It was dope as fuck.
Definitely. I think that's something that I'm gonna definitely have to try. Get out the country, see something different.
Hell yeah.
I be telling cats, man, I want to definitely travel the world. I think 2020 is the time to do it.
Most definitely, bro. 2020, that's a crazy year when you think about it. So
of course
you gotta do it big.
You gotta do it major.
For sure.
Now you and I, we met in high school at Cypress High School. We're alma maters of that school.
Yes, sir.
And when we met, of course, like I mentioned, you somebody that took me under your wings. Bro, what does it mean to you being from Orange County?
Man, I mean, I was born and raised in Orange County, bro. I was born in La Palma Hospital, right there off of La Palma Ave. I went to Steve Luther Elementary. I didn't really live in Orange County. I stayed in Cerritos. My mom, my uncles, my grandma, my grandpa, they all moved to Cerritos back in like 1970s. And they had that same house that they stayed in. So my mom, myself, we all grew up in there, my little cousins. So, but it's right next to Orange County,
Got you.
But Cerritos, like, you in between LA County and Orange County. So I had a bit of both. So it wasn't really until I got to Cypress High School when I really started to tap into like Orange County, you know what I mean? Because I never, I went to like Walker Junior High, but other than that, I was going to other schools outside of OC. But, it means everything to me, like, this is where I'm from, this is where my peoples is from, this is where my day ones is from, and you can't turn back on your city or where you from, you know what I mean?
100%.
For sure.
100%. From there, once you left high school, you traveled up to New York.
Yeah.
What brought you to New York, bro?
Man, that was college, bro. They had offered me the most money, but my dad from New York, and I wanted to take that opportunity to go explore, you know what I mean? Like you said, when you have the opportunity to explore, you really should, just take it, don't look back, don't worry about the consequences, just do it, and then you can worry about that later, but at least, you can say you did that. So I went ahead and I went to St. John's University.
Okay.
Shout out. Yeah, shout out St. John's.
For sure.
Great school, great times, college and all that. But yeah, it's their main campus is in Queens, New York. Okay. But I was on the Staten Island campus.
Dope.
And it's right next to the city. It's right next to Manhattan, Brooklyn, all that. They take subways over there. They don't drive cars and all that shit.
It's crazy.
Yeah, bro, it's a whole different world. But it was definitely a great experience, bro.
What was it like residing in New York, bro? How different is New York compared to California? I always hear people say if you can make it in California, you can make it anywhere. You can make if if you make it in New York, you can make it anywhere.
Real
What
talk.
was the dualities between Cali and New York, and what was some of the things that you learned from just being in New York?
I mean, number one, it's cold as hell. You know what I mean? You can't wear basketball shorts and t-shirts out there, you know. They got a different kind of cold out there. Like Cali people, we spoiled.
For
you
sure.
know, our cold is like 60 degrees. Nah, nigga.
Right.
We talking 0 degrees and below, so.
Nigga had the Timberlands
Oh,
on.
me, I had to bring the boots out. I couldn't wear the Converse out there. You had to switch up your whole shoe game, all that. Real talk. You can't, nigga, you go out there in some Converse in the snow and the rain, your feet gonna be cold, you gonna catch pneumonia, you know what I mean? All that. But nah, bro, like, real talk, like, Cali and New York, it really is so different. It's two different worlds, bro. Like, it's crazy to say, but I even think like the people look different. Like, you know, it's just crazy. It's hard to explain, bro. But once you do it, and I feel like that's with anywhere too. Like, it don't necessarily have to be East and West. Probably like Texas or Midwest too. Like, you know, it's just the vibe is different, the culture is different, the people, the lingo. You know, the food, just everything. Like I said, the weather, your environment totally changes, and you have to adapt. You know?
Sure.
So out here, you know, I felt like I walked too fast for people. You know, in Cali, you know, we lay back, we chill. And I thought I walked too fast for people out there. He was telling me I walked too slow. I'm like, I thought I was, you know, a New York nigga at heart. Like, I could hustle like them, but you know, you gotta adapt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's crazy, and I got a lot of people still out there, you know, that I keep in contact with. I actually got some of my New York people coming out next month from St. John's, and they rap too, and I'm gonna try and set them up some business out here.
Of course,
you know,
bro.
have more people come tap into Orange County. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people they think, you know, Orange County is still LA County. You know, they think, you know, when they pulling up to Disney or, you know, even the Anaheim Angels and the Anaheim Ducks, like, people for some reason think it's LA County, which I understand, but we gotta, you know, we gotta put on for ourselves. We gotta make a name for ourselves, you know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
That's why I stress, you know, being from OC so much.
Of course, and I can even see the frustration when explaining that when you speak about how some people still overlook Orange County.
Yeah, and you know, it's not a big deal, but you know, it's like when somebody call you out your name, it's like, no, get my name right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm from OC. Like, you know, LA's still LA, but you know, it's the same as like people from the IE, you know, they want to put on for the valley or whatever, you know what I mean? So I just want to be one of the ones where, you know, I stay true to my city, you know, and stay, just try to put on, you know what I mean?
Of course.
Yeah.
That means a lot, bro. And anybody that's from Orange County, they're going to respect that. They're going to always stand behind somebody that's speaking truth, you know what I'm saying? Now, while being in New York, bro, I know that New York had a lot of good restaurants.
For sure.
What is one of your favorite restaurants out in New York? Anytime you go to New York, you got to tap into that place.
I mean, all right. Number one, you got to get a New York slice of pizza. You know what I mean? They got these big ass slices of pizza for like $1. You know what I mean? Just on the corner, on the street, or wherever you're at. So you got to start off with the New York pizza, but they ain't really have like chain restaurants out there. You know, like a lot of their food was authentic, home cooked, fresh. You know, they had a lot of corner stores and bodegas, but you know, they just have like, you know, like the McDonald's, and they didn't have all of that shit like they have out here. So, you know, I say you gotta go to like a real authentic spot. You gotta go to like a Jamaican spot. You gotta go to like the Spanish spots, even the Indian food fire, bro. Like, they just have like a lot of cultures out there.
Right.
It's a melting pot, so you have the opportunity to just try a variety of different foods.
Of course, bro. Of course. That's one of the things that I was actually thinking about prior to you saying that. It is so many different cultures. We even see rappers out in New York. A lot of them niggas is mixed with all sorts of shit, whether we speaking about Jamaican, Haitians, you know, they're mixed with all sorts of stuff. Puerto Ricans as well. So they are all out there. And, you know, it is definitely that. Now, what is one of your most memorable moments while living in New York? something that you sit back on and you think about and you're like, man, that was a moment for me?
Man, I mean, just the whole college experience, you know. I never really been outside of California before then. Like, I've been to like Vegas, but that was my first time being out like outside of like LA even. So like just to go from being in Cali all my life and then going to New York for the first time, it was just real cool. I think my first time like being on a subway, you know, first time seeing the city at night, like all the big buildings and the lights, city lights and stuff like that. It was pretty dope. It was pretty dope.
That's what's up, bro.
For sure.
That's what's up. You leave New York, you're on the plane back to California.
Yes, sir.
Next thing you know, we hear RayB.
Yeah.
What essentially got you into music, bro?
Bro, I mean, I just been a fan of music. You know, being in New York too, it really opened up my eyes to different artists and different sounds, and you know, even out there you had people from different states as well, like Houston and stuff, and they had a lot of rappers, open mic events and stuff like that. And I just always been a fan of music, bro. I always been a fan of hip hop and rap and R&B, you know. So really, I think when I came back home from school, I said, you know, I already did school, I already did all the shit, you know, they say you're supposed to do, go buy the book and all that. Like, why not just do something for yourself?
Of course.
You know, like have some fun, you know, live life and enjoy life. You know, I've been doing schoolwork and all the books and all that, like, you know. I just, you know, I never had the time. So I think when I just came home, I just said, why not?
Of course.
Give it a shot.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. That's major, bro. Then from there, we hear your first mixtape,
Yes,
the
sir.
Ricky Baker story.
Ricky Baker story. Yes, sir.
What's up with that? Let's speak about that a little bit. How did you come up with that concept? What was the idea behind those songs that you created for the Ricky Baker story, and how it eventually became what it was?
All right, so the Ricky Baker story was inspired by my uncle's movie, Boys in the Hood.
Shout out.
You know what I mean? I got
Shout
the
out.
Boys in the Hood shirt on.
Shout out.
You know, my uncle played Ricky Baker in Boys in the Hood. You know, Ricky! Dude gets shot at the end. So, the Ricky Baker story, you know, I really felt like I could relate to his character in the movie. You know, it's an ode to my uncle as well, but I really felt like I could relate to his character because he was a guy who was raised in Southern California, really try to stay out the way, stay by the books, you know, just do football, you know, academics and athletics, but still you're a product. Sometimes you become a product of your environment.
Of course.
You know what I mean? And you can't escape that sometimes, you know, it's just the reality of things. So it's a struggle, you know, to try and do right when you're distracted by so many things in life. You know, as young black men, you know, I feel like we face with a lot. So the Ricky Baker story was really, you know, an ode to John Singleton too, you know, because he wrote that screenplay just, you know, so wonderfully, and it's one of my favorite movies. And I tried to tell a story just like John Singleton told his story.
Right.
I tried to tell my story and make that my debut album.
That was major, bro.
Word.
And you know, it's a lot of cats that fall victim to the environment that they live in, bro.
Word.
And it is a struggle to get out that environment. You
sure.
have people who have done it before, but people don't truly understand how difficult it is to actually make change when you're in an environment that is quote unquote known as the projects,
Real talk.
used as a project.
Yup.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's ghettos everywhere, you know.
Absolutely.
And whether you black, brown, white, you know, sometimes you just faced with struggles. And being black, you know, being from Orange County too, you know, you deal with a lot of racism sometimes and stuff. But then you got when I'm going to the hood to chill with the homies, like I gotta deal with some gangbanging bullshit. So you just can't really escape your environments, but you gotta just continue to try and prevail and
That's
be
it.
persistent, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The Ricky Baker story, you got Be Chill.
Yeah.
Speak on that a little bit.
Be Chill album, well, my handle, like my Instagram handle was RayB Chill. You know, I always had like a whole bunch of different screen names. But, you know, Be Chill was just like the little small excerpt of my screen name. It was just like the ending of it, and I liked it, you know, Be Chill. So it was more of an experimental album. It was real different from my first album, where the first one was real more personal and thoughtful, and this one was more turned up, you know, and I was trying to experiment with my sounds a little bit and just have more fun with the music. So I had my boy Iceman produce on that. Shout out Ice.
Shout out
Iceman. Shout out Black Skin for producing the Ricky Baker story.
One
you know, I don't forget about y'all niggas, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, so I really try to tap in with sort of like a home team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Black Skin, Iceman, Lum, everybody who worked, Lum worked on the Be Chill album as well.
Shout out Lum.
Shout out Lum, my boy. You know, I really just try to tap in with people I know and people from the city and try and work with them. So that was a real more collaborative album where I just try to experiment with my sound.
Of course.
Yeah.
I like that, bro. And with this music stuff, you see that happen a lot with you being a cat who started rapping a little later on in life.
For sure.
It was interesting, man. One of the songs that really made me sit back and like, yo, this dude RayB is onto something is when you came out with the song Never Change. I feel like the song Never Change hit me a little different because I was going through that. And you were speaking about truth, and I think the truth that you were speaking about was something that everybody could relate to.
Word.
When you dropped that song and you wrote that song, did you know that it was going to be as big as it became?
Bro, I had no idea, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a couple other songs I thought, you know, were gonna be bigger.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I really liked the beat, and once I heard the beat, I said, yeah, that's kind of like a hit right there. but you know, the fact that people it got so much positive feedback as it did is just it was really overwhelming at first, because it did get a lot of shares and a lot of views. I think it was probably my most viewed song, my most played song. But you know, it's like you said, I just try to speak truthful, you know. I try to speak from the heart, and I heard other people say that too.
Of course.
You know, that they could relate, and you know, that they know it's heartfelt. So, but it's a vibe, you know, I fuck with it.
It's still being played today,
for
bro.
For sure.
You know, it's still being played today. And then I seen later on this year you dropped The Business, and you actually just dropped a song called Check with The Most Critical.
Yeah.
What do you got in store for the rest of the year or going into 2020?
Man, shout out Most Critical too.
Shout out
my boy TMC. You know what I mean? One of the goats in the juice. You know, that nigga hard. Oh man, I got a lot in store. You know what I mean? You know, I got a couple singles I'm gonna put out with some other Orange County artists, some heavy hitters.
Before the end of the year, or?
I don't know if I should drop it before the end of the year or if I should drop it next year on them. I don't know. What you think? I don't know.
Shit, you know, sometimes that's how I look at it, man. Music, when it's good music, it's gonna last a century, bro.
For
So
sure.
whether you drop it this year or you drop it next year, people gonna still, you know, tap into it.
That's real. That's real.
You know what I'm saying? But 2020 is gonna be that year. So
yeah, for sure.
Whatever songs you gonna drop next year, it's gonna give, you know, insight on how the year's gonna look like overall for you.
Most definitely.
Which I think is gonna be a big year for you, bro.
I appreciate it, bro.
Of
yeah,
course.
I'm definitely anxious to drop more music, but we'll see how it goes.
Absolutely. Now, I also know that you do act as well.
Yeah.
I seen that you were acting on Snowfall.
Yeah, I did a little bit of acting. Yeah, just a little bit, you know. Yeah, man. I was on Snowfall. I did a little bit of when I decided to do music. I decided to do some acting as well. You know, being that, you know, who my uncle is.
Right.
You know, I've always been inspired by him. But those are sort of big shoes to fill. You know what I mean?
Course.
So. Not that I was intimidated, but you know, I just, you know, it's always, even then, even though I have that connection, it's a 1 in a million, you know, for, you know, you to be as big as he is. But you know, the advice he gave me is don't try to be like me, be yourself. And I think, you know, that's the best advice you can give somebody, you know, because I think a lot of people try to be like their idols or try to chase the dream and stuff like that. But once you tap into what God gave you, you know, the gifts that God gave you, you know, you'll do better. You'll excel even farther than if you were imitating somebody else.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I try to do a little background acting. I started off, my uncle had a show called Rosewood.
I seen that.
Yeah,
I seen that.
It was
before.
on Fox. He had a couple of seasons. I made a little background appearance with him, but that's big,
Right,
you know.
of course.
That was like a dream come true for me.
Of course.
And then being on Snowfall too, I didn't even know, you know, what Snowfall was. When I got the text message, they said, "Hey, we want you to be on Snowfall." I said, "Snowfall? What kind of lame ass name for a show is that?" I did some research and it said, "Oh, directed by John Singleton."
Major.
I said, "What in the world?" You know, 25 years later, my uncle did his first movie. And I mean, 25 years ago, my uncle did his first movie, Boys in the Hood. 25 years later, I'm on John Singleton's first TV show, Snowfall.
Oh, ironic.
Bro, and I had the opportunity, rest in peace, John, but I had the opportunity to meet John before he had passed when I first went on the show. And I had the opportunity to let him know, you know, 25 years ago, you know, you did my uncle's first movie, and it was real cool. John even commented on one of my pictures one time.
On Instagram.
I
seen that.
Yeah, so, you know, just to show that, you know, how genuine John was and how sincere he was. And, you know, he don't have to show love, you know, because a lot of celebrities and stuff like that, they don't.
Of course.
You know, but he was a real down-to-earth dude. And I just hate, you know, that I can't work with him again, but I'm just glad that I did.
Absolutely. He has made classics that's going to forever live on, you know what I'm saying? So,
for
again,
sure. Many classics.
Rest in peace to the dead.
Rest in peace.
John, we miss you, bro.
Most deaf.
For sure. Now, as you've seen, there's a lot of artists who transition from doing acting and doing music, and then we have even seen actors go full-time, rappers who eventually went full-time into acting.
Yeah.
Is that something that you essentially see yourself doing at some particular point, getting away from music and investing in acting full-time? Or is it going to be something that you're going to balance off, or is it just too early to even make that decision?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's wherever it goes, you know. I think it's not too early to make a decision, but I'm just trying to just go with the flow. You know, music was always my first passion, and the acting opened itself up too. So whichever way, you know, it goes, you know, I really did all of this stuff as a hobby and just to, you know, show myself that you can do something else. You don't have to just be a robot in life. And, you know, the success that, you know, I've had the little bit so far, you know, I love it, you know,
For
just
sure.
because I did it for myself. But the fact that other people like it too, you know, is a bonus.
Of course.
But, you know, just whatever direction, you know, God has for me, you know, whether it's rapping, acting, or whatever else, you know, I just try to go 100 in whatever I do.
As you should,
For
bro.
sure.
Who are you banging this year in your playlist, bro?
In the playlist?
For sure.
Damn. You know, it's crazy. Like, I was just telling my homie this the other day, like, I don't even be listening to people anymore just because, like, you know, like, real talk, like, for some reason, well, I'll tell you this. Mainstream music, you know, I don't really listen to a lot, but I listen to more underground independent artists. You know, I listen to more OC artists, you know. I feel like there's a lot more talent in the artistry and the artists that are unknown.
Gotcha.
You know, I feel that they way more talented. I vibe with their songs more than I vibe with the other people's songs that I hear on the radio and stuff like that.
Definitely.
You know, so I really just be trying to tap into a lot of new artist music and stuff like that. But you know, I listen to, you know, whatever's hot.
For sure. Now there's a lot of artists who I feel is from Orange County who don't necessarily get their credit.
For sure.
Give them their light right now. Who do you feel like needs credit, and who's actually doing their thing currently in Orange County?
Number one, RayB from the OC. If you ain't know me, you feel me? Nah.
I
you
love
know
it.
I had to get that out there, but hey,
I love it.
There's so many talented artists in Orange County, bro, and you know, before I even started doing music, like, I was doing my research, you know. I thought I would be one of the only artists to rep OC, you know what I mean? But then I started learning that there's a history here, you know, and then once I really started tapping in, I seen that there's like a lot of talented artists, you know what I mean? You were one of them.
Man.
You had a song out.
It's major.
You had a song out that I was vibing with off of Black Skin's playlist, and it had Tavi J on it.
Got you.
My boy Tavi,
Got
you know, again, I think, you know, there's a lot of slept on artists, but Tavi's definitely up there. I feel like, you know, he got the city behind his back.
Of course.
He make anthems, none but hits, none but vibes. There's so many artists out here, bro, and I'm glad that, you know, I'm seeing a lot more artists starting to pop up, and a lot more people try to put on and, you know, do a lot of these social media platforms to expose all of these Orange County artists, and I'm loving it all, and I'm just glad to be a part of it.
Absolutely, absolutely, bro. That means a lot. It's dope to see you give people that roses water able to still smell the roses.
For sure.
You feel what I'm saying?
For sure.
That's major, and you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be respected forever for doing things like that, bro. The energy gonna always come back to you. Always know that,
bro. You already know.
Of course. Now with all these different things that you're currently doing, man, you're doing a lot of currently doing a lot of major things, a lot of things that are beneficial. With all of the stuff that you're currently doing, what is the end goal? Or maybe not, I don't really like saying end goal, but what does the top of the mountain look like for you when you finally got to the point in life where you've accomplished everything that you wanted to accomplish, and you could sit back and say, damn, I quote unquote made it? Because everyone's definition on making it is different. Yeah. But what does that look like to you visually?
Man, that's deep, bro. And I always try to think about it because I always try to set my standards so high. You know, with a lot that I do in life, like Nipsey said, like I had to like set a goals list and rewrite it because I try to accomplish my goals already. You know, there's a lot that I try to do, and I always try to push further and further and test my limits. So trying to make it, you know, is I think for me, it's when other people tell you, you know, that you're being successful, or you know, you try to let your success speak for itself. You know what I mean? I have my own personal goals and accolades and stuff like that, but I just love getting love. You know, I feel like then that's when I've done my part, because that's my goal, is to spread love. So when I'm getting love back, you know, even the hate that I get, you know, I love it. Because it's just energy, of course, and you could rearrange that energy. So just when I get a lot of energy back from people, from fans and stuff like that, that's when I feel like, you know, even if it's not a lot, you know, just one person commenting and saying like, oh, I like this video, or I like this song, it does a lot for me. So but you know, the sky's the limit, bro. Sky is the limit, you know. I would love to, you know, be in movies. You know, if my music takes me to, you know, a music career, you know, I'ma set some more goals then.
Absolutely.
But you know, my main goal is just to have fun with it right now, and just get some respect, you know, from the people. Of course. And love from the people.
Definitely, bro. Sure. That was a phenomenal answer, bro. I appreciate that. So, who's the people that you're gonna eventually tap in with one day and being able to create projects with?
Man, there's the little bit of short time I've been in music, I've met so many other great artists, and more or less now I'm trying to collaborate with everybody, just because again, there's so many great artists out here, and when you collaborate on a song, like just to hear two creatives mixed together, I love it. You know, whether that's my sound or two other people's sounds. So I want to work with as many artists as I can possible, who are willing to work, and you know, mainstream industry. You know, I love to work. You know, my favorite rapper is The Game.
Crazy.
My favorite rapper is The Game. I don't know. He just always been hard to me. Like, for some reason, and I don't want to sound, you know, wishy-washy by saying this, like, I don't really fuck with him like now, but back then, when the nigga was destroying G-Unit and going hard, like, just his passion,
Of course.
is what I felt, you know, and that made me, you know, want to do music with that same sort of energy and passion and ambition. So if I ever get the chance to talk to him, I'll definitely let him know. He's been a big inspiration. But you know, Kendrick Lamar always been one of my favorites too. It's too many artists to name, bro.
Of course.
You know, but whoever's willing to work at that point in time, you know, and it's a genuine relationship, I love to work with anybody.
Major. Is there anybody that you want to shout out?
Man, shout out Darvion, #1.
It's love, bro.
You know what I mean? Shout out everybody in Orange County. Shout out my family, friends. Shout out God, #1. Shout out my baby too, my girlfriend. Love you, boo. And you know, shout out to everybody just doing their thing right now.
Absolutely,
Sure.
absolutely. And where can the people find you at, bro? Where can the people tap in with you at?
Man, you can find me anywhere. I'm on all platforms: Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, Tidal. Just type in RayB. You know, I'm probably one of the few RayBs out there. I know for sure if you look at Apple Music, you just type in RayB. I'm right there. I only got Instagram right now. My Instagram handle is RayBChill, RayBChill. But yeah, I'm on YouTube. You know, check out my music videos, check out my music. I love hearing feedback. And if you see me in person, you know, say what's up. I got a show this Tuesday, Payday LA. You know, it's gonna be in Los Angeles, bringing that OC flavor to Los Angeles. But yeah, bro, you can find me anywhere, and I'm hoping you could find me more places, you know.
Of course. Well, bro, look, it was an absolute pleasure to be able to converse with you today.
My boy.
No doubt.
For sure.
Bro, you got a fucking bright future. You know what I'm saying?
You too, bro, for sure.
I appreciate that.
Keep doing your thing, you know. You out here for the people, you know. You always been a day one nigga, you know. I fuck with you.
That's love.
Just keep staying you, bro.
Likewise,
you know
bro.
What I mean?
Likewise. And at the end of the day, bro, the sky's the limit for us, bro. And we're going to continue to represent the city in the correct way. We're going to continue to be examples to the people in the correct way, bro. And, bro, I'm so proud of you, bro, honestly.
Proud of you too, bro.
Appreciate that, bro.
Most
and we're going to give the people what they want, bro. So with that being said, bro, thank you for coming today.
Appreciate you, bro.
No doubt.
You already know.
I appreciate you.
So.
Peace out.
Hey, it's RayB from the OC. If you ain't know me, hey. First off, let me say that you a blessing. You was like an angel that fell straight out of heaven. You was heaven sent, I wanna be your reflection. You're so affectionate, you helped me with my depression. But lately, seems that I had got you stressing. Going through my phone, trying to see who I'm texting. You've been questioning if we heading the right direction. I graduated, but I guess I still ain't learned my lesson. You think I'm out here running game, but that shit is lame. You thinking everyone's the same and I'm the one to blame. I'm trying to shield you from the pain, but I feel the same. Her last words I ever heard is that you never change. Damn. You think I'm out here running game, but that shit is lame. You thinking everyone's the same and I'm the one to blame. I'm trying to shield you from the pain, but I feel the same. Her last words I ever heard is that you never change. I never meant to put you through some shit like that. Whenever I would hit you up, then you would hit right back. You don't throw away what we had, just like that. I ain't even fucked them girls, so why you trip like that? I ain't mean to get you caught up in the mix like that. Now how was I supposed to know that you would switch like that? I believe that me and you can always get right back. You know another nigga couldn't hit that shit like that. You know I'm loving all that ass and how it sit like that. You know I'm loving how that pussy got a grip like that. And when you throw it back on me, I throw that dick right back. But when I leave and hit the door, them feelings get right back. It's like, you think I'm out here running game, but that shit is lame. You thinking everyone's the same and I'm the one to blame. I'm trying to shield you from the pain, but I feel the same. Her last words I ever heard is that you never change. Damn. I'm out here running game, but that shit is lame. You thinking everyone's the same and I'm the one to blame. I'm trying to shield you from the pain, but I feel the same. Her last words I ever heard is that you never change. Damn.